AMSI right here. Pop is so unhealthy, but sometimes it just like hits the spot. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about not him, unfortunately. My new little venture in life. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about Poshmark and my experience so far. This is like an informative chat, an informative video. I benefit nothing from talking about it. I just wanted to share. Where's my notes? Because I don't know what to say. Also, this is like the best I've done my makeup in the past like 2 months. Probably since I had the baby, so we're just gonna savor this real quick. So I joined Poshmark. Well, first of all, let's talk about what Poshmark is. There's a lot of apps similar to Poshmark. I'll touch on that later. But Poshmark is a buying selling app for not only secondhand clothing, but just clothing, home products, kids stuff, pretty much everything you would find at like Kohl's or Target, besides like hygiene stuff. On an app, there is secondhand clothing, there's brand new stuff that still has the tags, and there's also retail stuff that people order for their shops right from wholesale websites and have on their own little Poshmark boutique. So I decided to get started on Poshmark a little over a month ago. Monty was born August 25th. I believe my start date for Poshmark was September 11th, so he was around 2 weeks old, and I decided to download Poshmark and give it a try. Pop makes me burp. Other than that, I like really don't even burp. So I'm going to let you guys know what's happened with my first month on Poshmark. Is it worth it? Is it not? How hard have I tried? What are some tips? Give you the whole shebang. So if you're interested, just keep on watching. Okay, so getting started. As I mentioned, Poshmark has the boutique opportunity, and I'm going to tell you how that works. So pretty much, I haven't been able to do it yet because there's certain guidelines that you have to follow to get to that point where Poshmark will let you become an online boutique person, owner, whatever you want to call it. They have linked wholesale websites, I think, that you can go to and shop on. You can make an order from the wholesale websites as low as $20. I was reading somebody who wrote an article about this, who had a Poshmark boutique, and they said some of the lowest priced wholesale items are like, you can buy for $15 a set of 5 of something, whether it's like a pair of socks, 5 pairs of socks or whatever, for just $15. So that's $3 a piece wholesale price, and then you would probably sell it for like $7 or something. Poshmark will still take a fee from boutique sales, so that's something to keep in mind. Sorry about this camera situation, it's really annoying. I've seen other people have boutique items on their store. I'll actually show you a screenshot. So here I am on my homepage feed. I'm clicking on this person's profile. I'm kind of scrolling around. I don't see any boutique items yet. It will say if they are a boutique item. So I just go to the boutique tab, and it says that she hasn't started a boutique yet. So I'm back to my home feed. I'm going to click on somebody else. I will go to their boutique tab, and they do actually have one item on there that has sold already. So this is something that they bought wholesale. And yeah, you can see how it has that little boutique label. I've seen brands on there, like name brand things on there that people have bought for their boutique. So when I get to the point where I get to go on the wholesale websites, I will give you guys the 411 to let you know all about it. That is a goal that I'm working towards because I would like to try it out. So in order to get to that stage where you can own your own online boutique, you need to make 10 Poshmark sales, which I have 8 right now, which is pretty cool. I'm getting really close. So 10 Poshmark sales, and you have to have a rating of at least 4.5 out of 5 stars. So you have to have a good rating and be like a good reputation seller. There are pros and cons to it from what I've seen other people talk about. One con that I've heard about from the boutiques is that in order to sell the stuff, or in order to make a profit, you have to kind of make the prices for the items high, and it can be really hard to sell. I think it depends on what you order, who your audience is, who you advertise to, and just like a bunch of things. But we'll see how that goes when I get to that point. So let's talk about posting items. I try to post anywhere from 5 to like 20, 25 items a week. Right now I have a lot of my own inventory at home. So making your postings, it's very easy and it's pretty quick. The main thing for posting an item is the pictures of it. Poshmark is not like one of those websites where you just want to have like a blurry picture of your item like thrown on a messy bed or something. You want to make these photos as quality as possible. I had the brilliant idea of laying the clothes outside on the grass in the direct sunlight. Now that it's getting colder and stuff here in New York, I'm doing more like layouts in my house, whether it's on the hardwood floor, and I'll insert pictures. Or on like a really pretty sheet with some flowers around it, but you want to make the layout in the picture look as cute and professional as you can. So right now I have a really big variety of items. By the way, my store is called Shelly's Thrift, and I'll just get this out of the way now. If you want to join Poshmark, you can sign up with the code Shelly's Thrift, and you'll get $10 of spending money, and it will also help benefit me. I'm trying to get back to kind of making things myself, and I'm actually starting to like customize items. I have some really good ideas. Like Poshmark is like opening the door for me to kind of just like really be as creative as I can, try as hard as I can with my own business, like through an app that's easy to use. One thing that I've learned is like don't underestimate an item. Like if you think, oh, this is trash, like no one's gonna buy this. If you present it right, it could take weeks, months, but the right person will probably come along and buy it for the right price. So for example, my boyfriend had brought home a vintage teapot set from a local vintage shop that was closing down, and I decided to go ahead, snap a pic, and put them on my store. And that was actually the first item that I sold on Poshmark, which was surprising, but I was really happy about that. I wouldn't really think that anyone would want to buy those random teacups, but somebody did, and one man's trash is another's treasure. So yeah, presentation is a big key. I think it took me, I want to say that I made that teapot sale within my first week on Poshmark. I actually made that sale as a result of a Posh party, which I'll tell you about those. But that's another unique thing about Poshmark is they have Posh parties. It can really help you get your item out there and get it seen and get it sold. And that is how I sold the tea set in my first sale. I just want to mention about the Poshmark community real quick, because the Poshmark community has been very warm, inviting, welcoming, and friendly to me. When you join Poshmark, you'll get a lot of people following you, a lot of people sharing your items. Part of it is to get like that mutual support. They support you in hopes that you'll support them back. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like everyone's supporting each other, sharing each other's items. And like I already have 4,000 something followers on there, and that's just from like people following me following them back, me following people, then following me back, sharing each other's items. It's just like a nice community of people. Everyone's just kind of there like for the same purpose, trying to make a buck. That's one thing about Poshmark that other selling apps don't have, is you can share each other's items. You'll have a spot on your profile, which I will insert a picture, where people can see what items you have shared. So like what I was doing was, since we're going we were just entering the fall season, I started just sharing everything that was like, wow, this is a really hot fall piece. I'll share it to my followers, and I wanted to kind of have like that fall theme. I didn't really believe in just sharing people's items to share them. Like, I want to go on their profile and find something that I like or that I would wear that's cute that I want other people to see, and I'll share that, like something that I feel like is in or just a good find. Like, I'm not going to be sharing pieces that I think are like ugly or raggedy, or just a little tidbit. That sharing definitely helps. And also, you can share your own items. So what you do, like, I'll try to do this a couple times a day, go on my shop and just share every listing. And when you share, it just goes on people's newsfeed, whether it's your item or somebody else's. So it's just getting it seen again, getting it seen more, and it definitely helps with exposure. Posh parties. This is a huge part of Poshmark. I think this is like very brilliant that Poshmark does this, because other apps don't, and it's very helpful, and it's a great way to network your items. So every single day on Poshmark there are several parties. I think usually about 4, like a 10 a.m., 12 p.m., 3 p.m., 7 p.m., and then like a 10 p.m. party, and they all have a different theme. The themes are very repetitive, like I'll see a Best in Kids Posh party like every other day or every few days. And then they have ones that are like seasonal, like sweater weather Posh party, or stuff like that. Posh parties have a theme, and then they have hosts. So each Posh party has like several hosts, and basically you can RSVP to the Posh party. It's just an online party. You can invite people from like your other social medias like Facebook and whatnot, and you just go on the app, press join, and you can share your items to the party. Sometimes they have to fall under a specific category, like men's clothing or petite clothing or coats and jackets, but sometimes all categories are acceptable, and you can, it just depends like what type of Posh party it is. The people hosting the party are ambassadors, and I've looked a little bit into how you become a Poshmark ambassador, but there's like a list of things that you have to acquire before getting to that point, so we'll go over that a different day. But pretty much the hosts of the party can pick your item, and it will become a host pick, and then in the Posh party a lot of people will see it. If your item becomes a host pick, you'll get an email about it, and also people will be like commenting on your item like, congratulations on the host pick, and that's another example of the warm Poshmark community. One of my feet is completely asleep, but I tell you, I'm gonna push through and finish this video. So far I think I've had probably close to 10 host picks in my like 5-6 weeks on Poshmark so far, and out of all of those, only one of them, which is the teapots, my first sale, went on to sell like right after the Posh party. A host pick isn't a guaranteed sale, but like I said, it definitely helps, and it definitely gives exposure. Pretty much you can also kind of prepare, this is what I call Posh party prep, to heighten the chances of you getting a host pick. And I think I've had to do this in order to get any host picks. I don't think I've had a host pick without doing this. Prior to the party starting, maybe like the day of, I go and I click on every person that is hosting the party. Sometimes there's like 4 hosts, sometimes there's like 8 or 9. I make sure I'm following them. I share a couple of their items, and I comment on their page and say, hey, I'm looking forward to the Posh party later, or hey, I have some great listings for the Posh party later, or just something along those lines to bring attention to my name and my closet. And then if I'm lucky, later on when the Posh party happens, they will pick something from my closet for a hostess pick. That is a major way to get a host to pick one of your items, is to engage with them prior to the party starting. So we're gonna wrap this up. As mentioned, I have sold 8 items so far. I've had a handful of hostess picks. I've gained over 4,000 followers. And as for how much I've made, about $50. So I have a long way to go before I'm where I want to be, like making a full-time job out of this. But hey, that's something. And I'm definitely not giving up yet, and I want to let you guys know about my progress, and I want to continue to document this journey and let you guys know about, oh my goodness, let me know what you guys think. If you're on Poshmark, if you are thinking about joining, or your experiences buying and selling, what other apps you use, leave me a comment